Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 horror film The Prodigy, a film that is directed by Nicholas McCarthy and it stars Taylor Schilling and Jackson Robert Scott as Miles Bloom. Now this is a film that I was aware of when it was released a couple of months ago. However, I didn't see many glowing reviews for this, so I kind of decided to give this one a miss until a later date, and I've given it a watch now. What is this film about? Well, this film focuses on the Bloom family, and initially it starts off. It focuses on this woman escaping from this mad serial killer who likes chopping hands off. The serial killer is taken out at exactly the same moment that the Bloom's son Miles is born. So, and it's actually quite an effective scene. And then we see a montage of this child growing up, and they learn very quickly that this child is very, very bright, far brighter than his age suggests. And so he goes to like a special school, all this kind of stuff. And then at the age of 8, this son starts creeping everybody out, basically doing really creepy stuff. Mum and dad don't know what to make of it. They seek help, and they are then presented with the possibility that of reincarnation, that their son might be a reincarnation of a soul, and not a particularly nice soul, judging by some of the strange acts that he's getting up to and some of the threatening behaviour he is displaying. Of course they don't believe this, they don't take this on board, but it all escalates in the usual horror trope types of way, to the point where it cannot be denied anymore, and the family, and especially the mother Sarah, has to deal with this and figure out what she's going to do to try and bring her son back. Okay, what did I think of The Prodigy? Well, I thought it was a bit painfully predictable for a large degree of this film. It's one of those films that you watch that, you know, when you watch a film and you're playing it out in your head as to what you think's going to happen next. Well, pretty much everything that I thought was going to happen next did. Family pet goes missing. Psychopath boy in the house. Wonder what happens to it. Yes, yes, your guess is right, as mine was. Father confronts the child. Guess what happens? It's just painfully predictable. This film. It's written. It's one of those films that has been opened up like, the cookie cutter script from Hollywood. They've opened this encyclopedia of how to do a script in Hollywood, and they've pulled it all out of there. They've borrowed all the horror tropes from better films. They've shoved them all into this, and it makes for a watchable but incredibly predictable film. That's, production values are all there. The performances are fine. Apart from the father, I didn't really buy his performance. It was a bit monotone. But the mother and son relationship I bought, and I thought the actor that played Miles, Jackson Robert Scott, did a remarkable job actually. And I thought he's quite a talented little actor, and he did really, really well. He was able to do both parts, the sensitive child parts and the evil, nasty parts. And he's got this look on him, this stare that was pretty chilling. So there were aspects of this that worked. The performances, the production values, the direction was okay, if a little bit unimaginative. It was competent. The film was competent, and it's a watch. It's not one of those you watch and hate. It just doesn't really shine in the genre, and I thought it was going to be like an Omen reboot, remake kind of thing. They're going to borrow everything from the Omen, but they don't really. Whereas the Omen was demonic, this is reincarnation. So I suppose you could say it's like The Omen but reincarnation rather than demonic, I guess. Evil nasty child, which is always fun to watch on screen for the most part, but this misses the mark for much of the film. There are some pretty reasonably intense scenes, I suppose, throughout the film. There's a couple of graphic scenes. Nothing major, it's not hard R or anything like that. It's not gonna, really shock you, especially if you like films in this type of genre. It's just, I don't know, it just didn't inspire me, this film, at all. But it was competent. So I will give this film, what shall I give it? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's disappointing but watchable. And there's aspects of it that are certainly reasonably well made, and the performances, certainly from Taylor Schilling and Jake Jackson, Robert Scott as Miles, are decent enough. So it is something to watch, maybe, if you get the chance to, put it on. It's not going to cost a lot, Give it a watch and see what you think. It's not terrible, but it ain't good either. So that's my review for The Prodigy. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you next time on Screen Stars.